The greatest miracle that God can do today is to take an unholy man out of an unholy world and make that man holy and put him back into that unholy world and keep him holy in it. So we all were unholy before we were saved. Some of us, like myself, believed in God. I always did. I grew up going to church, to Sunday school, whatnot. So I always knew he existed. I don't recall there ever being a time I denied God's existence. Even as a young child, when obviously I didn't understand the faith and it wasn't on my mind. But nonetheless, we all were unholy. My thing was I was a big perv towards females before I was saved. And the enemy still to this day, even being saved, sometimes torments me with my single life. But I, try to focus more on God and have God comfort me, and the comfort of knowing that He is that perfect person that He'll send my way one day. But yeah, that's the greatest miracle that God can do today. Taking an unholy man and making him holy. You ought to hear some of the testimonies people have. It's freaking amazing hearing them. Mine, though it's not dramatic, is still amazing. Every testimony of somebody coming to the Lord, even if it's not that dramatic, it is still amazing. Just to hear that they went to the Lord, it's just salvation, the free gift that is free to everybody, but only so many actually accept it. And what a shame, isn't it? I just see this world and I'm so sad for people, like the Lord, and I'm always thinking, I'm like, the Lord could do so much with you people if you just let Him, Even with my unbelieving family and friends, I think the same, So I always pray for them. The unbelieving, rebellious, lukewarm, keep them in prayer, guys. They could be saved by the Lord, and He could do amazing things with them just as much as He does with us already, And there's nothing the Lord cannot do. Heck, He's saved Satanists, witches, atheists, I used to think before that He couldn't do such a thing. Oh my goodness, was I wrong. He sure does. And there's lots of people with amazing testimonies that they were one of those things before and He's transformed them. So yeah, the transformation is amazing. What God can do with us is absolutely amazing. I love yous and yous have a most blessed day.